What's up, guys? It's Miki, and welcome back to another episode of Blank Canvas. All right, all right, all right. How is my BK fam feeling? I hope you guys are doing amazing, and let's jump into this week's episode. So, this is the week after my birthday. Well, at the time that I'm recording, it's the week after my birthday. And I just want to say that I had an amazing birthday. So, thank you to everybody who made my day beautiful, swell, and just perfect. One of the realizations that I had that was interesting was I realized that people that are close to me, there is parts of me that they still don't really understand or they still don't know. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because there is, like, even if you're close to a person, you don't understand every single thing about them. You don't always get every single thing. And then people are always evolving and then you're changing. So that can be different and things of that nature too. However, I guess I just didn't realize how misunderstood I was in a certain category, that it was more than one person that did not understand to that level. And I was just like, oh, okay. So one of the things that I realized I was misunderstood about is how I view people. I will scream from the mountaintops. I've probably said it on multiple episodes of Blank Canvas. I know if you know of me personally, you don't even have to be my BFF. I can tell it to a stranger. I'm not really a heavy people person. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, hey, I want to talk to you. I probably don't. Like, I'm talking to myself in my head most of the time. So I probably am not going to be the person to go up and have a conversation and be like, hey, I want to talk to you. Let's talk. However, the interesting thing is that my major that I chose is service to people. The things that I talk about doing for other people are in service to people. I'm not 100% against all people. I just get drained easily. So I'm an introvert. I like my time alone. However, just because you're an introverted person doesn't mean you don't like to be around people at all. It's just that 98, 99% of the time, I only want to be around people who make me feel good or that can really understand that we don't always have to talk the full 24 hours. We can be quiet. Like, some of my favorite people to be around are people I can sit in silence with. We don't have to be talking the whole entire time. You're there, your presence is there, my presence is here. That's good enough, right? But I didn't realize there was such a huge misconception. Like, when I say I'm not really big on people, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to be around people. I'm actually around people even more than I would probably prefer sometimes. So there's that. And then it's so interesting knowing the major that I picked, and people think that my disgust for people is at such a high level, or seeing how, and maybe they just don't pay attention to the way that I can just adapt in group environments, but I can have conversations with people. I know how to turn it on. I've been in work environments where I've had to turn it on because it's like people find out you're an introvert, or they find out that you could prefer to be alone versus being in a crowd. And people think that they just either know you or they know you like this black and white thing. Like, when I was at one of my jobs before, years ago at this point, my boss found out I was an introvert. And then she was like, oh, you're probably not gonna want to go do this little task because, you're introverted. But she didn't even know I was introverted until I told her. She thought I was like an extroverted person, or just, I can't even say like an extrovert because I wasn't that extroverted, although it wasn't really opportunities. It was like an office kind of thing. So it wasn't that many opportunities for me to run around and be like, hey, let me be extroverted, because I was the younger one. Like, I worked with a whole bunch of people that were older than me. I was the youngest. I can't say the youngest in the office, but one of the youngest in the offices. So she never really got to see that 100%, right? I never really had opportunities for that. But when she did see me in different environments with peers of my age, she never thought I was introverted until I told her. Then it was like all of a sudden people made this adjustment of, oh, you're probably not going to want to do this because you're an introvert. You're probably not going to want to do that because you're an introvert. I think people don't understand what an introvert is. And I'll take it as a step so far to, maybe I don't fully understand what an extrovert is. I mean, they're pretty easy to read to me and tell. And I mean, you can just spot them out. But I do think there's a misconception that introverted people never want to be around people. And that's just not the case. Another thing that I realize is that, and I mean, no harm, no shame, no foul. Like, I am, before I say this next statement, I want to say that everybody who took the time to make my birthday special, fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Every single last person I saw that day or talked to, text me, thank you to everybody. I mean, like, I really had a good birthday. I was happy. But another realization I realized is people don't know how to celebrate me. Like, do not know, not the places to eat, not how to show up, apparently thinking that I hate people that much. Like, no balloons, no nothing. Like, people don't really know how to celebrate me. And I think the only person who truly this feels like such a far-fetched thing to say. Um, I don't want to say the only, but I think the best person who knows how to celebrate me is my mommy. And I mean, why not? She's my mommy and like she's an active mom. So of course she pays attention to us and she knows. But most people, it's like the things that they come up with is just like, there was no thought put into this, or there was thought, but it was at such a surface level. And I think I'm so intentional, not always, but I try to be intentional with the gifts I get for people. I try to be intentional about like not just birthdays, but different moments and stuff. Like really thinking about something that person would want to do, or really thinking about a place that person would want to go, or really thinking about who would these people want to be around. Like there have been plenty of group environments where, hello, going back to me being an introvert, I don't want to be out to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or the people that are coming to this, I may not necessarily want them there, but it wasn't about me. It was for the people that we were doing the thing for. And even when people were giving me attitudes to make certain things happen back in the day, I Ubered or I asked somebody else who didn't give me an attitude. It's like I was trying to make mountains move for people kind of thing. Or I can even say maybe there were some instances for some people, maybe they haven't felt like or experienced me try to make mountains move. And I get that too. I definitely get that too. But I will own that and accept that because I don't move at the same level for everybody. But I was just thinking, like, dang, the only person who really knows how to celebrate me, like, even in a simple form, it ain't got to be like a huge party or anything. I'm not necessarily, you know, saying never say never to a huge party. But I realize people don't know how to celebrate me, and don't, I don't, people don't know how to celebrate. People don't know how to surprise me. It's hard to, and here's why I say people don't know how to surprise me, because to, it's hard to surprise a planner, and it's hard to surprise a control freak. And it's hard to surprise a person who's usually has kind of like their own routine kind of thing. So if I know I'm supposed to be doing this and this, or I expect to see so and so, or I know I got to do point A, point B, point C, you know what I'm saying? Then it's kind of hard because it would give me a clear indication. Like if somebody's asking me certain questions that they don't ask me, like it's going to be, duh, I know like something is off because I have a routine, right? Also, I don't know. I'm having a hard time describing it, guys, but I just realized that people don't know how to surprise me. They also don't like, I feel like certain things that people say are surprises could have just really been a text. And I swear to God, like I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I'm from the bottom of my heart, I'm so freaking grateful. I'm so grateful. But it's like some things could just be a text. This is really simple and beautiful and I love it, but this could have been a text. This is what we're doing. Be available, and we're gonna go do it. Like, I think my mom ruined me a little bit. I'm gonna blame you, mom. Okay, so whenever you hear this episode, I'm gonna put this on you. Matter of fact, I may tell you on your lunch break. I think you ruined me because my mom always she just took time to pay attention to me. But I mean, she's my mom, so it's like a duh. She took time to pay attention to me. She kind of knows the treats that I like. She not even kind of. She does know the treats that I like. If it's something new, I tell her. She'll make sure I have it. Like I'm not even talking about surprises or things to the full aspect. I'm just even the simple things of, "Hey, I was in the store. I know you like this drink. I thought about you." Or, "Dang, oh, you do love that. Let me pick this up." Like intentionality, not just get somebody to get something just to get it, which I'm not saying is bad, or do something just to say we did something. Like, no, like I I guess I just realized that people aren't as intentional as I am about different things. And that's okay. They don't have to be. I'm not saying that they have to be. But it was a kind of a aha moment for me, like, oh, people don't understand me when it comes to people. That's number one. And then number two, people aren't really intentional about different things in life. Like, I feel like a lot of people are okay to say, well, we did something, so that's fine. And I'm not even saying just for birthdays or anything. Like, it could be anything. Like, I feel like human beings are just going with the flow and going with the motions. Like, just like for people to be like, okay, I went here. Did the person even like going here? Or did you just go to that concert just to say that, like, you went to a concert? Are you just going to this just to feel included? Like, it made me ponder a whole lot of things. Like, why are we doing the things that we do? And I posed this question to my BK fam. When is the last time you've done something just out of the motion besides just going to work or something? When has it been like, okay, I'm going to show up to this place because if I don't show up to this place, people are going to have a problem. I'm going to go to this person's party, even though I don't really want to go to this person's party because I don't want to hear about it, or I don't want people to question, or I'm feeling FOMO. And that's another thing. I don't really think I feel FOMO. I'm not saying I probably haven't experienced it in my life, but more often than not, I'm not really feeling FOMO. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Some things I don't mind being left out of. Sorry y'all. I think I realized that I'm excited to teach people about me on other levels. There are so many things that people get about me, and then I just realized there are a plethora of things that are just a full-blown misconception about me. And sometimes I used to think people were saying certain things to be funny, but then I realized how serious it was when I was like, "Oh, you guys really think you guys think I hate people to that level? Oh, okay." Okay. Or thinking like I can't handle group things or group chats and stuff. I'm just talking about how annoying the chats are. I know what it takes to be in a group chat. I know what it takes to be around a group of people. I don't think people understand when you're younger. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but when I was younger, there was always more than one friend around. For me to be introverted, there were a lot of extroverts that thoroughly adopted me. I would say 95% of my friendships, I did not start. I did not start. Somebody came up and talked to me, realized how dope I was. I obviously realized how dope they were, and then that's what it was. Like, we both saw the mutual dopeness, and we're like, cool, you can be my friend. I pick you, human. And it was like more than one of us. And I mean, not just like girl groups, a mixture of guys and girls. Like, it's crazy. It's just when you get older, you're not consistently around the same group of people. Everybody has different jobs. Everybody may have kids, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriends. We're all just on different schedules and different routines. And I just think it's so wild how I didn't realize people didn't know me, like, or people really didn't understand me to that level when it came to that. I didn't realize it was that much of a misconception. And it's not a bad thing. Like, when I first thought about it, I was like, damn, is that a bad thing that people really don't get me like that? No, I'm accustomed to people not fully understanding me, or I'm accustomed to people having misconceptions about me. And I mean, with as private as I am, let's throw out the introvertedness and let's just throw about that I shut down and I'm not really chatty about different parts of my life. I just didn't realize that sometimes even the people closest to me have the biggest misconceptions about you. And I just wonder, it made me think, like, what other stuff do y'all think is like a full hard stance of this is black and white, but y'all are so totally wrong about. And it also made me just pose the question of, what are we just doing mindlessly because we feel like we need to, or we feel like we don't want to be left out, or to say, like, I can say that I did it for somebody. Like, I would love that if you're going to honor somebody's wishes, to honor it to the full extent or to the best of your ability. Don't say you're honoring somebody's wishes but then not go with the full thing. That's just my opinion. I had a wonderful birthday. And I say that all to say I had a wonderful birthday, but I realized there were some true misconceptions about myself. Um when it, you know, when it came to some people who I thought should know me best. And then and that's okay, because welcome. I look forward to you guys getting to know me. And then I just realized that nobody really knows how to celebrate me like I'm accustomed to. Like that I'm accustomed to for my mom. Like nobody really knows how to get it done. And that's okay. Welcome. I can't wait to teach you and show you. I feel like next surprise, I'm gonna have to be the person to like plan my own surprises from here on out. Like I'm gonna say like, oh my god, I can't believe I surprised myself with this. It'll be more of a surprise for everybody else. And again, it's hard. It is hard to surprise a planner. It's hard, which is why, and for me, like for you to truly get me, it's got to be like unpredictable, or it's got to just be something that's like, she would have never expected that. Like, it's got to be random. And it's hard to get me with random because I'm like, what are we doing? Who's all going to be there? Like, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not saying like it's easy to surprise me at all. It's really not. It's very hard. It's a task. And not many people are up for it. And I don't blame them, because it's not that hard to surprise everybody, but it is hard to surprise a person like me. It absolutely is. And like I said, I don't fault anybody, but yeah. And I look forward to really teaching people how to properly celebrate me. And I say that nicely. I really do. But yeah, some stuff can just be a text. Like, this is what we're doing, show up. This is what we're doing, show up. Like, it doesn't have to be like this huge secrecy, like, especially if it's not, this is gonna sound messed up. It's not that it's not a big deal, but I'm just gonna stop. Some stuff can just be a text. For this year, I look forward to people getting to know me in different ways. And I look forward to discovering myself of who I am at this stage of my life, what I like and what I don't like, and being intentional with moments. And I look forward to blessing other people with moments. Like, I don't just want these moments for me. I want these moments for other people in my life too. And I look forward to making these moments happen for other people too. And it may be a surprise, it may not, but just being intentional. Like, even if it's like I was at the store, I thought about you. You know what I'm saying? I picked this up for you. Like, simple things like that. And it doesn't always have to be like I bought something or I heard this, I thought about you. Like, I saw the moon. This made me think about you. Like, really knowing that people are either listening to you or they really understand like the things that you like. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope so. So anyways, that's what we're talking about this week. Those are the realizations that I had after my birthday. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody who made my day special, because you guys did a fantastic job. And I look forward to anybody who's in my life to knowing me for where I am now and what I'm looking forward to in the future, and just not staying stagnant. Because the one final thing I will leave off on is when I get these memories from like different social media apps and stuff, and I realize how much stuff has changed, but then so much stuff is still the same. And I think, so many years has passed, but some stuff is still the same that honestly, I just wish would be a little different. Or you just have the realization of, do you see how many years has passed now? It's really easy for your life, or for you as a person. I'm not even going to speak on anybody else, but for me as a person to still be the exact same. I don't want to be the exact same person I was like 5-10 years ago, or doing the same thing like 5-10 years ago. Like at some point, I would like to see progression. And I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'll speak for myself. But I also realize that as much as stuff changed, some stuff is still the same all these years later. And there are some good things about that, and there are some bad things, but it definitely made me look at me, not point the fingers at anybody else, just look at me and just be like, all right, what's next? And that's what I'm really excited about. I'm excited for the next. And as Pastor Mike has been saying, fresh fruit. And it's not always literally having a brand new thing. Sometimes it's looking at what you already have with a fresh set of eyes. So that's what I want to leave my BK fam with this week. Let's take inventory of our life. Let's take at what we're doing. 1, are we doing this mindlessly? Where have you been intentional in your life? Are you intentional in all areas? Are you intentional in only one thing? Are you intentional about what you do for other people and how you show up for other people? 2, right? What do you have? Take inventory of the people and the things and stuff and where you are in your life, and ask yourself, is there a change that needs to happen? Are you still the same that you were 5 years ago? Are you still exhibiting the same characteristics that you were 5, 10 years ago? Right? Let's look at it with a fresh set of eyes. Are there changes that need to be made, or how can we make what we have even better? Or maybe it's not the best, but maybe we can get it back to good. Maybe we can get it back to best. Maybe we just need to, maybe we can make it even greater than it already is. Let's look at our lives with a fresh set of eyes, with a renewed mind, a renewed heart, and a renewed spirit. And that's what I want to leave my BK fam this week. All right, guys, I love you, and I can't wait to see what we're talking about next time. All right, bye.
Blank canvas, blank canvas, blank canvas, blank canvas. Don't know what the topic is, but we gon' talk about something on the mental, on the mind, weighing heavy. Society with the levies, kinda deadly. Silent killer, hard to daddy. Most killers had no daddy. Sadly, that's just what it be in my community. We got no unity. Dark skin wanna ruin me. I'm speaking fluently. So just listen, blank canvas, blank canvas.